check the usual spots. Okay, so my test post there. Did work properly. So that should mean we're good for everything else. And I just need to pull up. This here. Okay. And like you just saw, I tested myself just before starting to make sure that it looks like it's going to work. So but of course, I forgot to turn on the capture. There we go. There we go. Okay, so last time I spent most of the time. Well, not I don't know about. Yeah, probably most. But anyway, I spent a lot of the time getting Darren out of Herman's old mortuary and locking. I don't remember his name, but the guy that knocked us out and captured us, locking him down there instead. And then we left and we went to the hotel and we were able to get the supposed pictures. So, what is his name? The hotelier, the guy that owns the hotel. Anyway, I don't remember his name now. Anyway, we were able to get him. Like we confronted him, and he left, but basically said I have pictures and threatened us and stuff. So we were able to break into a safe and found out he didn't have anything. He didn't have anything, despite what he claimed. So after getting the pictures, we threw them away. Or we after trying to get the pictures, we ended up getting I don't remember, like a note or something in his safe, and that was pretty much it. And then we left, and we were in the forest on our way somewhere. Were we going to Black Mirror Castle? Anyway, we were going somewhere north, and we ended up seeing the ghost again. So, and it moved toward Black Mirror Castle. We followed it to the gate, and the front gate was left open, oddly, which, that's not normally what you run into. Normally, you don't have a place that's supposed to be secure, big, protection system all around the castle and everything, and it's locked up and everything, and then just the door wide open. So, obviously, that's something's going on. Now, do I think that it's, at this point as a player, not playing this before, in the game, do I think that it's actually the ghost that opened the door? No, I don't. However, that doesn't mean that somebody who either is on Darren's side or more likely has their own motives left that open for him. Yes, I do. So, and of course, it's beautiful weather in England. You typically have this kind of weather. It's great.
Huh. The scaffolding is just asking to be climbed on. But unfortunately, I can't see any open windows. Anyway, it would be impossible to climb on it quietly without being noticed.
Garden back there. Okay. That's pretty much all that's over on that side, looks like. I mean, we know that goes back to the garden. That's back where we used to go when we were Samuel. Go back there to talk to Henry and stuff. So obviously we know what's back there. But, yeah, interesting. This has even collapsed further. Not surprising. It's been a dozen years since the last time, and it was already falling apart when we were here as Samuel. Doesn't look like anything in the spires or towers. Can't really see great, obviously, because it's nighttime and it's raining as well. So that obviously is going to affect this to a point as additionally. We won't have nearly as much stuff that we could analyze as we might if it were in the middle of the day. West Wing, okay.
You can hardly see any signs of the fire on the west wing. It almost seems as though these old walls just didn't want to collapse.
Although some things did collapse, right? When Henry was there, I think the tower was more like this height or something, and he plummeted from there, so...
It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. It's certainly decorative.
Okay, and we're not gonna go around this side at all, which is where the garage and stuff previously was. So I guess it's either enter or the castle garden. Let's go to the garden first, if we can, if it's not blocked off.
A bit small for having a barbecue, but there's the garden for that. It's certainly decorative.
You got multiple menhirs. Interesting. Folding
The ladder is too short to reach the first floor. I should look for another way.
More scaffolding that also will be too noisy, right?
To say it's dilapidated would be a serious understatement. Why do I constantly have the feeling that a big monkey is sitting up there throwing barrels at me?
Donkey Kong. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Parapet over here? How's this a parapet?
Here, it goes down a few meters, and then the large surrounding garden begins. The fitting description would be wilderness.
Not going there. Fine. It's fair.
There's even more garbage lying around here. There used to be fireworks in here. but it's still a few weeks to New Year's Eve. There's even more garbage. But it's still a...
It's the same, okay. Back door. Or the back, really? I mean, I guess it's the kitchen door. Or the hall by the kitchen. I can't remember which. I think this is the hall by the kitchen. I think the kitchen door used to be over here. It's not now, but I think it used to be.
It looks even older than the castle, if that's at all possible. It's certainly decorative.
Another menhir that's the same as all the others. The greenhouse. Yeah, let's keep exploring outside until we're done, and then we'll go and just double check. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new beyond. Okay, yeah, let's go back there.
Looks like Lewis hadn't taken his job seriously for quite some time. Not exactly what you'd expect from a castle garden. Pretty tall, this greenhouse. It's more like an orangery, where lemon trees are housed over the winter.
Go in. Okay, well, we can try to go in. If it's overgrown too much, we might not be able to, of course. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything else. Let's try that.
If I remember correctly, Victoria's in the castle, not in the greenhouse. If I remember correct...
Alright.
Oh look, a wheelbarrow. Used to transport drunken workers.
That's the purpose. Sure. Who's this? It's not, oh, props. Text is right there.
It's an iron ceiling truss. Hopefully, they're supporting the unsound masonry. The kitchen looks like a real mess. Lewis must have started the blaze here. There's nothing left to eat here. The most I could hope for here is smoked meat.
Grab the candle.
There's a candle. If I don't have a flashlight, I should at least take this with me.
And you got the lighter. So that should be a no-brainer.
Flick. Let there be light. No crockery left in here. All gone in the fire, I guess. Judging by the state of this door, it'll create a level of noise equivalent to a collapsing house when you open it.
Okay, so door
That would be
opener.
much too loud. That would be much too loud.
Yeah. Okay, this way, I guess.
Shh, just don't step on a creaky floorboard. Damn, it'd be impossible to sneak past them unnoticed. I have to distract them somehow.
So here. Okay. I will be right back. I'm also gonna double check Discord and make sure that nobody's having any problems. I wouldn't know if I have it closed, which I normally do during streams. So I get the extra notifications or anything. It's not look like anybody is having problems. Nobody said anything. Okay, I'll be right back. Give me just a minute here. All right, I'm back. My apologies. I got busy earlier and did not remember to eat breakfast, so I just had those finishing up. So I can't currently sneak past those guys apparently. Um, unless I create some kind of distraction.
That would be much too loud.
So he's not going to do that to make noise, and then okay. Um, I'll be able to go to the greenhouse, see if there's something there to use.
If I remember correctly,
That would be no. Hey, Soloa, welcome. Oh, that is the other important thing. In addition to not finding the photos that Murray, couldn't remember his name earlier, Murray was going to hold against us, which he did not actually have, we also have this photo of Angelina with gasoline at the lighthouse. So we, it implicates her, not us. So that whole thing with Murray's safe in his office actually worked out really well. I'm guessing if we try to go through the front door, it'll be even worse for us. But let's see.
a pane of glass is missing, but it still works. A pane of glass.
Death's head. Yeah, that's lovely.
A huge skull above the door. Makes you feel right at home.
Seriously. Like, hey, welcome, by the way.
Whatever's being mixed in here, it can't be cement. Otherwise, there'd be a pile of sand nearby. I hope the construction guys know what they're doing. There are people in the hall. Construction guys, I guess. I'd better go another way. Otherwise, Sister Antolini is sure to get wind that I'm in the castle.
Yeah, and we want to avoid her so that we can talk to Victoria without getting kicked out. Since the last experience did not go well for us, she obviously is not keen on letting us inside. Okay, so we definitely want to go through this way. Already got stuff like the candle from here. So the easy way through the hall. There are some construction workers there drinking beer. We could change that. So I need to figure out how it's moose or reindeer, heads are mounted on walls, but I suppose a huge human skull ain't that different in the end. I mean, that is kind of fair. Even jokingly or not, that is kind of fair. Yeah, I would not personally ever mount an animal head on a wall. That's just creepy. I have a hard enough time if I'm gonna eat or something, and then there's still animal head attached to whatever I'm eating, like fish, or if you're in South America, you can get cuy, which is what do you call it? Guinea pig. Is it guinea pig or is it? Yeah, I think it's guinea pig. Anyway, you eat them, and then like sometimes you can get them where it's like they're pretty much they've been prepared, so skinned and stuff, but there's still the head and stuff attached. I have a hard time eating when there's that, or like I'm eating seafood and I get a spoon, like a spoonful of soup, and I pull it up and like there's a shrimp looking at me. That just wrecks my appetite, so I can't imagine having a head all the time in the house. Why you would ever do that is beyond me. Oh, a pot.
An empty pot. I'm guessing the guys here have heated up their lunch in it. I have no idea what I could do with a pot at the moment. I think I'll leave it here.
I mean, we want to do something to distract them or whatever, right? Or change. The only thing I have that I could put in the pot is my meds, which is not going to probably do anything for anybody, right? Because it's just they're antipsychotics, so they probably don't. It probably doesn't actually affect them. Would you? As a warning to other giants or something? Or just because you're like so proud that you're the bringer of death to somebody? Um, there's nothing in this what used to be cabinets now is all like burnt and probably not usable really. Pot. I guess I should look and just try different things and see if there's something I can do in the pot or with the pot from my items. Disc no, photos no, brochure no, cast iron no, cardboard no, should be no, right? Yeah. No, no, no. Valuable necklace? No. Ammunition. Here, have some shotgun shells. Or wait, what is? Is it shotgun or these? These might be. These might actually be 45s. Anyway, cigarettes. Just that's not gonna go up the plot. No, no, no. Yeah, not my own meds. I feel like none of this stuff is going to go, but I should probably try just to make sure. Yeah, so nothing. I guess we're not, at least for what we have currently, we're not doing anything with the pot. Um, Drinking beer right now. The diary entry says we have to change that. Does that mean change that they're sitting around drinking, or which is what I would normally expect, or does that mean change so that whatever they're drinking is not beer? But again, the only thing I have to put in the pot that they may or may not use to, I don't know, make a meal tonight or something would be my medicine. That's not going to help. Antipsychotics, unless they have a side effect of being like making you drowsy, but we take them in this game and we don't end up drowsy, so I don't think that's in the thing that's going to help us. Cellar's way too loud, he says. I don't remember other stuff out in the garden or anything, though. Um, we go over this way. See if there's anything over here at night. I mean, while I'm out and about anyway. The woods. Church doors. Probably nothing in the church door, but maybe. Grave.
This is Sally's grave. She was murdered.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I could see that as respecting the animal. Yeah. And I agree with you. Like I don't have anything against hunting, but if you're gonna do it, it should be for meat or resources. Like a lot of the Native Americans or American Indians, however you're wanting to say that these days, like the Sioux, the Navajo, the Arapaho, the Shawnee, whatever you're saying, whatever tribe. Um, some of them, or like most of them, actually probably would go out into the wild and they would catch rabbits or foxes, or they would shoot birds, or they would shoot and kill bison or wolves or whatever. And they would use the stuff for survival, right? They'd use the furs for clothing and stuff. They would use the teeth for like making tools and things like that. They would use the flesh obviously to eat. So I don't have a problem with that at all. But yeah, killing just to kill, that's where obviously it gets like, I have a problem with it.
Should I happen to need a door with a glass window in it someday, I'll know where to find one.
Just to prove that you are superior or something, that's just ridiculous. It's dumb. And I've gone hunting myself, and I know how to hunt, and I know how to shoot, so, but, it's the kind of thing you do it because you need to, not because you want to. Like, I'd never want to go out and hurt anything. And of course, there's also something to be said for hunting to stay in practice. So when you're ever in that situation where you absolutely need it or you'll starve or something, you know how to do it and can succeed. So there's that also to a certain point. So I don't have a problem with that either. But trophy hunting, that's obviously something I have a problem with. We already did finish figuring out which graves are which, right? I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm 99% sure we already figured that out.
Hello? No one there.
Go to the graveyard and make sure, but I'm like I said, 99% sure that we did already figure this out. Yeah, Samuel's grave. So we know which one is his. Alright. Try the church door. I'm just here because should there be something here that I'm supposed to have, the game assumes I got it first or something. I obviously want to make sure that I have that chance. And if not, then it's not that big of a deal, but...
The confession box is empty.
I don't know if Father Frederick has anything more for us, but let's make sure to talk to him. And
Hello,
see
Father.
Adrian, welcome to my church.
Oh, it's just reminding us the story of Marcus and Mordred.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
Okay, so nothing more there. I don't find any objects here. So yeah, I don't think there's anything more to get from the church. Doesn't look like it. Probably nothing in Willow Creek proper. Possibly, though, but I think it's fairly unlikely. The hotel. Can't think of anything more we get from that though, right? Maybe Ralph's there though. Let's see. Oh no, that's the wrong building though. His shack is there. That's the one.
Maybe Ralph is in his shack again. Ralph?
He isn't here.
It's me, Darren. I rescued you from the cellar. I once gave you a flute by the ruin. Do you remember?
Yes, Darren. But I broke it. I didn't mean to.
Oh, poor guy. I think that's okay, dude. It's okay. It's fine. I promise.
How you doing, Ralph?
Mr. Bobby has lost an eye.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess he's not doing so great because the eye's gone.
How long were you locked in the cellar?
100 years.
It's a long time.
Tell me, Ralph, have you ever come across the White Lady?
I know lots of white ladies and men. They've got overalls on. They have needles and knives. They stab with them. They're evil.
And here in the woods, are there white ladies here too?
One, yes. She runs around here looking for someone. But she won't find Mr. Bubby. I hide him.
Good job, Ralph.
I'll leave Ralph in peace for a bit.
Yeah, nothing else around here outside, I don't imagine. I've already been here since we left the shack and didn't find anything, so I'm guessing there's not going to be anything here now either, but... Track. Yeah, I don't see anything more. Okay, well, back to the castle, I suppose, then. There's got to be something. Wait, let me make sure there's not something out here. I'm positive I went over this last time. I looked around, but I still want to make sure there's not something I missed. No, Mr. Bubby. No, Mr. Bubby for you, Ghost Lady. Yeah. I hide him. He's like, she's not getting Mr. Bubby. I don't care what she does to me. Mr. Bubby is safe.
An empty letterbox. An empty letterbox.
Nothing. Remember in the first game, it took me forever to figure out how long, like, or it seemed to take forever before we actually went out and checked the letterbox for the mail that Samuel got, which was, I think, from Dr. Herman saying he was ready to have him go look at something or whatever.
The castle looks really threatening from here.
Nothing in here. Okay, so it doesn't look like anything there. See, I was wondering with the cement mixer over here earlier, when we saw that, I was wondering if we could maybe turn that on, and then we would rush around over here, around the side of the castle. The construction workers would come out like, why is this on? And blah, blah, blah. And we could get inside and maybe sneak past and upstairs before they got back in. But that apparently is not... Of course, that's making a lot of noise, and he doesn't want to do the cellar door, for instance, because that makes a lot of noise too. So I guess that's fair that we would not try to use that as a distraction. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the sound. The rolling of the thunder and stuff sounds very... I mean, I'm sure they just recorded real thunderstorms noises, but still. I am impressed. It sounds very real. Which is great. Yeah. Not seeing anything more over here. Out in the entrance really only has the lamp missing one of its panes, glass panes from the side, and the entrance. And I think that's it now, because we already examined the skull, examined this. I think there's... Let me double check. I don't think there's any more over here though. There's the lamp. I don't think, other than the entrance, I don't think there's anything more. not seeming like it. Okay. Well, and we're not able to go into the greenhouse. We can go back to the area of the greenhouse, but we can't actually go inside because the game has him say Victoria's inside, not in the greenhouse. So obviously that's not. Just in case I missed some way around the side. No. See, there's not even over here like a scaffolding or a ladder or something to try to climb there. So that's not gonna work. That is in the greenhouse. That's where he says no. She's in the castle. We're not going back over here at all on the right. Right. See, ideally, we would find a ladder. This one's not tall enough. Or a tree or something like that we could climb that would take us to the second floor. The balcony, for example. But I don't see. These are just examination. I can't actually... No, stop walking. I hate that. This inventory thing in the game is super annoying. The fact that it resets also doesn't really help things. So like if I were to go to another screen, suddenly all this stuff will be shifted all the way to the left again instead of all the way to the right, even though I left it to the right. So Phil's keyring is only going to be for the mortuary and his car. We didn't want to take the car before because why? Because if I go back now, let's see. Come on, do your slide thing and don't close the inventory. So annoying. If it would stay open, it'd be fine, but it keeps closing partway through the scrolling. Or when I finish, as soon as I finish, it closes, and I have to open again just to access the thing on the end. Like, poorly implemented. They, like, have it way too sensitive. There's not a setting for that, is there? Effect game. Standard cursor. Should be able to show tips. Hardware cursor. Black Mirror 1 mouse pointer? What is that one? Oh, this? Oh, I see. I'm okay with that. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. It doesn't matter, but I'm okay with this. This is fine. But I don't see, other than that, I don't see any other sound effects, graphics. Yeah, I don't see a way to fix that, to make this less sensitive, so it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, and then see, we get this. Switches to door. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like this stuff from the first game. The doors, the cursor I don't care so much about. Oh, the red is weird though. So when you're examining, it's red. I didn't remember that from the first game. That's weird. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, but that's okay. Anyway.
the ladder is too short to reach the first floor, I should look for another way.
Yeah, but it says folding ladder. I guess it folded and is already extended and is still too short. What does he say when we go to the hall? Actually, I don't think I've gained anything in the meantime, but just in case, I don't want to lose whatever I've already done, so let's do this. Well, how exactly does he say it? Maybe there's a
Don't step on a creaky floorboard.
Yeah. It says that, and then doesn't say anything more. So it's still just a clue we have in our diary. That's fine. But he basically said something like, I won't be able to sneak past them when they're sitting there like that. Put paper maybe or something in the pot and then light the burner on fire, or like ignite the burner, and then have them no. So I'm not finding any new objects around other than the candle I have, but otherwise I didn't find any new objects around. Certainly nothing that would help cause a distraction. I don't know. There.
Perhaps I'll burn the evidence later.
Yeah, not right now. No.
Good idea. But perhaps I should fill the roll with something first before I seal it with wax. I could fill the roll with the gunpowder from the ammo. I've just got to open the cartridges first. I can't get the ammunition out with the scalpel, so something like a pair of pliers would be good.
Pair of pliers that I don't have, though. So, where would I get... It's possible I missed something at the hotel in Murray's office or something where there might have been pliers. Wouldn't expect there to be, but maybe. Yeah. While I like the thing like this for changing, I don't like most of the other stuff. I'm gonna switch back. It's just standard. It's fine. Like that. Doesn't look like really anything in his office, at least from this way, gives me anything more. If I go back to my room. Probably also no, but let me see.
That's the back wall of the steel locker. And here's the serial number. 8528-173.
That's right. So if I go back to here and I call the number again, although probably not, right? But that
A telephone.
it just said telephone.
A telephone.
Yeah, so we're not doing that again. Okay, so there's not gonna be anything in his office. What about... there's nothing over at the shack anymore. Nothing at Warm Hill Church. Go back to the weird building, wherever that was, where I was being held. Maybe. I don't know.
There's a dent in the hood. My head could have done that. The car seems to be working again. That would save me a lot of running around, but my driver's license is still at the police station. That's why it really wouldn't be such a great idea to cruise around Willow Creek in a stolen car.
I'm not missing pliers from somewhere in here. I'm just trying to think of somewhere Maybe, I don't even know, right? But maybe there's somewhere where I can get some pliers. But there might not be anywhere yet. Television, electrical junk. Probably still doesn't want it.
Pile of junk. Old radios, wireless equipment, hard disks, and God knows what else. If ever I need anything like that, I'll know where to come. Otherwise, there's nothing else of interest. Otherwise, there's nothing else of interest.
Weird way to start that. Otherwise, didn't say anything in the first place, and then otherwise. Did say it long ago, I think, like last week or when we got out of here, but that's been so long I don't remember now. So pliers. Don't find any at Ralph's shack. At least not outside. Don't find any up here. Obviously not going back down into the actual cellar of the morgue, because that's where Phil is locked up and trapped currently. Don't find any. Can't think of where we would find pliers. It's not in these places, I'm not sure.
No. Phil's down there, and he's pretty mad.
You Yankee tosser! I'll have you!
No, you won't. No, you won't. Let's be honest.
While you still can. Just you wait!
It says Ruga here. The rest is illegible.
Boy. So we can look at the bonnet of the car, but we can't look at the tank cap. Maybe. I mean, that's not a. Obviously, it's not a pair of
I
pliers.
can't really see much, but it smells as if there could be still gas in it. No, I can only fit half a liter in there. That won't be enough.
Hmm. Put something in there first. Probably, I'm thinking this, but then how do I?
I once heard that a sailor dies every time you light a cigarette on a candle.
Sailor dies? That's an interesting rumor. I think that's probably true, but okay. The fact that this whole upper floor is pretty much unused in both the first game and this game seems a little bit of a shame to me. Well, crud, where am I going to find pliers? I can't even use the keys on here to, like, unlock it and look inside or anything. It always assumes I'm going to try to go somewhere, and then he says no. Where would there be pliers? Okay, let me just go over the map again. Make sure there's not something I'm missing. Someplace, I mean, that I'm forgetting. Okay, so here at Warm Hill Church, already been around in the yard, like the back area where the houses are, a couple of houses are, little shacks or whatever. Nothing around there that I could see. Knocking on the door of the priest's house, I think it was nothing, obviously, because the priest is inside the church. I don't see anything in the cemetery area or in the front of the church. That would have been like you found a tool or something. I didn't see anything like that there. Inside the church, you can only talk to Father Frederick. So there's nothing at the church, I think. It's possible I missed something, but I don't think there's anything at the church. Going here to the hut in the woods, we already were outside the hut at night, looked around, didn't see anything there, and Ralph's inside, but we're done with conversation with him as well for now. I've not been back to Willow Creek, but I don't know where I'm going to find pliers in Willow Creek. But maybe. I mean, it's possible. So that's a thing I could still try. I was just back at the hotel before this, and I did not find any pliers and any cabinets or anything like that there. And we cannot apparently go to the lighthouse area right now. None of this stuff is active anymore. There's wherever it is, somewhere is the. Oh, what's this? It's a crossing in the woods. That's not going to help though. Really. I randomly find a pair of pliers at a crossing in the road. That would be weird. Black Mirror Castle, I didn't find any. I don't know. Let's see what there is at Willow Creek. I don't expect to find much, if anything, but we could try. Doesn't hurt to try, I suppose. Ugh. Over the bridge and through the woods to Grandma Gordon's castle we go.
It would seem she doesn't want
She
to be
doesn't want to be bothered this time
of
of the day. Gee, I'm so shocked. Why? Why would she not want to be bothered? This is still coming soon, I believe, right?
The museum is already closed at this time of day.
Already closed this time of the day, even. So, even if it were still to open yet, we would not be able to obviously try. think there's anything you want to do with the pub or anything here, but
No matter how big my problems are, if I walk through the...
yeah, let's not do that. Then
Huh. You can hardly make
Hardly
out
make
what,
out
but I
what use
assume
we
that
would be here.
nothing edible has ever been served.
little, anyway. I guess when I was looking at the morgue or whatever, or the morgue sign outside previously, I was thinking I saw this E over there, but it actually is for this. Not that that matters, but I'm just saying. Interesting that I got them confused, but that there's a letter missing from each of them. You wouldn't expect to see that commonly, just sometimes. Okay. Think there should have been pliers at Murray's because I didn't get any in his safe, or like it just, the game just kind of automatically looted his safe. So I just grabbed, my character, Darren just grabbed everything that was there at the time. I thought there'd be something at Murray's also, or Murray's or the Heinrich's old place, one of those two, but I didn't see any either place.
You can't live in more place
Can't
for
live in my place for
nothing all
nothing
year.
all year.
Damn, I think Tom's coming.
Yeah,
Tom's coming.
what you on about? It's just one more week.
Just in time. They almost saw me.
What now? So I'm not gonna listen in on them or anything even?
As long as Tom and Matt are in the village square, I'd better stay away.
They're gonna still be over there. Huh. Well, that eliminates trying stuff in the village now too, I guess. Huh. Okay. Try Murray's again. It's possible, like, I looked behind the counter and stuff, but it's possible there's something there that was not there before, or, I don't know. Maybe. It's possible.
Definitely not drinking water. There are some steps below that lead behind the hotel, but at night you can hardly see anything. I better stay here.
So he doesn't want to go during the daytime because he's like, that goes to some, like an old, I don't know, like a graveyard behind the hotel or whatever. And then at night he says it's too dark. So basically we're never going down there. I mean, maybe at some point, but. Okay, am I missing? See, these look like pliers, or not pliers, but like big, like trimming shears for a plant or something. But I actually think this is one of those, I don't know what you call them. I can't remember the name. I think I've heard the name once. Anyway, one of those big kind of strips that go hang between two posts to kind of guide a person through, like a temporary line or a made, like a line that was created for guiding like large lines or queues of people. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, I think. But like a cordon or something. But can't access it anyway. Can't interact, so it doesn't matter either. Regardless, we aren't going to be able to use it either way. Cardboard display of us. Yeah, that's great stuff.
I bet that thing infringes several personal rights. That doesn't seem to bother Murray at all.
Go back out to the lobby. Okay, let me make sure I'm not somehow missing pliers in my inventory. But I don't think so. I don't think I have anything like that. Yeah, no. Did we find some earlier and maybe put them in our room? This is like a temporary, we don't want to carry these around with us for whatever reason? I don't think so, though. I think it was only for like larger items or something that we would have done that, but... Just like earlier, we cannot go back there. Oh, there's a toolbox. Maybe that's why.
Toolbox? It wasn't there yesterday. Is Murray doing the renovation himself? Whatever. I'll just help myself. Not too well organized.
We'll do it right in front of this guy. He won't mind.
Pliers.
There
they
we
could
go.
come in handy later. Otherwise,
Thanks.
just screws, nails, and fuses.
Thanks for the tips, Silwell. I probably, to be fair, I probably would have eventually come back here again, and I might have noticed it or tried it, like thought it, maybe I tried it previously.
Only a load of junk in it now.
All right. So now, go back to Black Mirror Castle, I think. Inside. And Garden Way. And kitchen. Old kitchen area. Okay. So. Stop walking. I hate that.
I can use the pliers to get the slug out of the cartridge. That way I'll make the thing harmless and get a charge of gunpowder at the same time. I'll fill the cardboard tube with the gunpowder. Just a shame that it always trickles out of the ends. I can seal the cardboard roll with the wax, so the gunpowder doesn't trickle out.
No more candle, so we're clearly not gonna run around with the candle. I don't know where I'm gonna do this, but let me There's possibly a timed element with this. If I don't find the right spot, I die, and then I'd have to reload a whole bunch. So let's just do that. No. I need... What do I need? I need something.
I'll stick the cigarette in one end of the cardboard roll. If you light the cigarette, it'll burn down and make the gunpowder explode. So now I've built my own firework.
I just was thinking, I probably... Well, we might want to do the cellar door. I don't think so, but you never know. Let's see. He said earlier it makes too much noise, so I doubt we do it now.
I should first find a suitable place for my firework.
No, we're not going to do the cellar door. Okay. Hall, no. Probably no. Oh, in the pot, yeah.
It's too risky just to lure the workers into the kitchen. I have to get them out of the castle.
Oh, maybe that's the cement mixer? Maybe. Yeah, let's try that. I don't know that it's going to let me. Because we already examined that before. I don't know that it's going to let me do anything more with it now, but we can try. Let's see. Let's get up there. We're just going to destroy the lamps.
Perfect place to set off my firework. It's dry, and the construction guys are sure to notice a broken lamp. Okay, I've got about 2 minutes until this explodes. So, it's time. After all, I want to be in the front row when the show begins.
Whoa! What was that?
Sounded like a gunshot.
Damn, why aren't they going out?
Might have been a firework. I saw one of them spotty kids messing around on the wall again recently.
Have you seen what they've done to our scaffolding?
No. I've been on the facade since last week.
They've covered it in paint. Go and have a look. It's like a hippie ladder.
Little sods. Why are they hanging around here not in school? What's that about?
Steve, I've got an idea.
What kind of idea, Greg?
Why don't we stick their fireworks up their spotty bums and fly under the moon?
Yeah, why not?
Are they always just like the workers are always the dummy,
Blast.
the stupid people?
I hope they don't actually catch up with those poor kids. Could turn ugly.
He's just gonna automatically, right? Yeah, okay. Alright. Door, Victoria's room. Passage. Am I going in the passage?
Victoria's room wasn't so far back. Victoria.
That's this is probably Sister Antolini or whatever's room.
I've got no time to waste.
What's all that noise? Greg, Steve, was that you? Hey, Greg, Steve, what the heck is going on here?
She's disappearing into the hall. Now full speed to Victoria.
I guess you don't want to run to make noise, because that's not exactly full speed. Walking steadily. Alright. Yeah.
Victoria? Please wake up, Victoria.
What? Who? Adrian? What are you doing here? I told you, I don't want to see you again.
I'm sorry, but I gotta talk to you. I can prove I'm innocent. You can see Angelina here on this photo, Victoria, killing Miss Valley. Here, look at it.
Angelina? But why? I don't understand.
Angelina also gave the order to set the castle on fire. And she killed Sally, Catherine, and Lewis, all just because of Mordred's curse. She needed my blood, because only male Gordons are capable of activating Mordred's power. You knew about that, Victoria. Please don't tell me you didn't know.
But she was my little Angelina. How could she do something like that?
I was hoping you could tell me that.
Perfect. Now our plan can come to fruition. Yeah.
There's that order that followed me.
Miss Valley's order? A bunch of bunglers. They wanted to prevent something like what happened 12 years ago from happening again. But they've got no idea what they're fighting against. Most of them see it as an amusing diversion from their lives. Acting mysteriously and having secret meetings in silly frocks. Miss Valley was the only one who really knew what it was about. The original order has existed for hundreds of years. It keeps the secrets hidden. However, we supported Miss Valley financially. It was, after all, in our interest that you, Adrian, did not return to Black Mirror.
I see. I saw something strange there, and I don't know who else I could ask about it. This white lady, exactly the one in this painting, or very similar, I don't know. Either way, I saw her in the woods. She was running around like a ghost. But it wasn't a ghost, was it?
A white lady in the woods? Are you sure?
So it really was a ghost. Oh my god, I really am going crazy.
No. Calm down, Adrian. Everything's fine. Perhaps better than I dared to hope. Tell me more about the lady. What did she look like? What did she have on?
I didn't see her all that well. She had long white hair, she had a long dress on with a belt, with some kind of coat of arms on it.
The woman you saw is Maria Gordon, Mordred's wife. She can find no peace, not for centuries. She wanders the woods of Black Mirror because she's searching for her child. Her child and Mordred's. I've seen her too.
You've seen her too? Then she really does exist.
We're in Black Mirror Castle, Adrian. Which reality are you talking about?
Interesting. I would not have expected them to bring ghosts into it. I know they have the whole history of the curse. And even if you don't say that that's explained away as like just inherited psychosis, even if you say that that's actually legitimately a curse, I don't remember ever in previous games having something like an actual ghost or something supernatural like that beyond the curse really being a thing. So that's interesting that they bring that up now. I would not have expected that. Yes, Adrian, it was a ghost, yeah.
What happened to the child?
All right, what I'm about to tell you has never left these walls. And it would be good if it stayed that way. It's perhaps the oldest of our family stories, and also the most dreadful. You want to know what happened to the child? That's what Maria asks herself to this day. All we know is that Mordred took it away because he thought it wasn't his biological child. He thought Maria cheated on him with his brother, Marcus, and wanted to make her pay for that. What he did to the child remains a mystery until today. It was never seen again.
So Mordred's wife was unfaithful, and because of that he cursed everyone?
No, Maria wasn't unfaithful to Mordred. It was his hate that made him think something like that. Hate and jealousy towards his brother, even though the two of them fought many battles together, side by side. But that was before they came to Black Mirror. Something here changed Mordred, contaminated his heart. He mistrusted everyone. His soldiers, his wife, his brother, became more and more withdrawn, became arrogant. Finally, he looked at his own child and didn't recognize it. Thought he could see similarities with his brother in his face. He wanted to kill it, but no one knows if he did. One thing's for sure. He snatched it from Maria and took it into the catacombs under the castle. In her desperation, Maria called for Marcus, begged him for help. For Mordred, this was further evidence to support his suspicion. Marcus came, challenged Mordred to a duel, and killed him. But he didn't find the child, no matter how he searched. It was as though he'd disappeared.
What kind of curse is it?
Before Mordred died, he put a curse on Marcus's male descendants. They were to complete his work. One day a golden devoted to evil would be born, who would bring Mordred back to the realm of the living.
And Angelina wanted to have his power. But why, if only the male Gordons were cursed?
Because you're twins, the curse must have somehow got mixed up.
How's that?
I'm sorry. I can't tell you any more, Adrian. It is just an assumption.
You must be ancient to be there to witness all this, Victoria, or is it only from Mark's perspective? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that is the thing, right? Just like they say for, like when you historically have had two nations battle and stuff, there's the whole saying, right? History is written by the victors. Similar here, right? Of the two brothers who were there, one of them died, one of them lived. The one who lived is going to tell the story from his perspective. Does not necessarily reflect the story. Obviously, it's not going to reflect the story from the other brother's perspective, and it may or may not reflect reality. There's probably, whichever brother would have survived, there's probably some degree of truth in what either of them would have said. And there's probably also some degree of opinion, speculation, or even just outright lying from either of them as well, right? Because you're going to try to paint yourself as the good guy, because everybody paints themselves as a good guy, right? That's the thing they say about villains in stories, right? The best villains are the ones who are like really, you can kind of empathize with them. Not that you agree with what they're doing, but you can kind of understand what drove them over the edge. And especially, villains are like realistic villains are the ones who act thinking that they're doing what's right. No, I mean, there's some people in the world, like sociopaths or something, right, who might do things just because they can, and they don't accept the normal things in society, the way society normally works. But most villains, again, unless they're something like a sociopath, most villains think they're doing what's right. And so they'll act based on what they believe is right, even though it's a perverted sense of right and wrong or whatever. So, or maybe Angelina was just mentally unstable and believed the Gordon curse. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the curse, I don't know about the curse getting mixed up, but it's possible, because they were twins, it's possible that the curse gene or whatever got passed to Angelina, but not to Adrian. Although Adrian does have his moments, like, oh, knives and stuff. So I don't think it's avoided him, at least not entirely. But it seems like because they were twins, maybe she also inherited it. So there's that.
What?
Adrian, we've no time to lose. You're the last Gordon of the Marcus lineage. The castle should belong to you. Give me some paper and a pen. There, in the drawer. I must confirm your true identity. Otherwise, no one will know that you're the lawful heir. Hurry. I can feel my strength waning, Adrian. My life's coming to an end.
No, Victoria, please. I need you. I won't know what to do without you.
She sure writes quickly for somebody who's very weak.
Without me, you might not have been in this position. We were very thorough when it came to you. He even had you a death certificate drawn up.
Let me guess. Dr. Herman did that.
We made a mistake. Forgive me, Adrian.
It's all right. You only wanted to protect me. But it might have been better if I'd known what it was about. Then I might not have walked into Angelina's trap. What can you tell me about the ritual chamber?
I've never been there myself. But apparently Mordred's power is strongest there. That place is not of this world. It's in the Shade world.
I think me and Angelina, we heard Mordred when we were there.
What exactly happened in the ritual chamber?
Well, I completed all of the tasks. Spilt my blood on the relief.
And did you speak the words?
I think so.
Oh God, Adrian. Then the ritual is complete. You've laid open the way for Mordred.
What do you mean? Am I cursed now?
Worse, Adrian. Worse. Mordred's spirit is now in you. Adrian, in you. Oh my God, Adrian, what have you done?
Mordred is inside me? Oh, hell, that's exactly what I feared.
Stay calm. Let's stay calm and think. How do you feel? Is anything different?
Yes, there are these visions. They feel quite real. They're sick, violent, but maybe they aren't anymore. I wanted to go for Murray's throat earlier. That definitely wasn't a vision.
When did you see the White Lady last?
Just now, in front of the castle.
Then you haven't yet done evil. Your heart is still pure. You're strong, Adrian. You've managed to resist, and you must continue to do so. Resist Mordred for as long as you can. He will get stronger and stronger, and you will get weaker. He wants to control you. At some point, he will take control of you.
How can I prevent Mordred from controlling me?
There are only two ways to banish him. Mordred's vessel must be destroyed. You know what I mean by that.
I guess you mean the Samuel variety? A little jump from the tower, directly onto a pointy iron fence. Sounds tempting.
It's certainly the easier option.
Really? What would the difficult one be then?
You have to go back to where everything began.
To the ritual chamber? But it's buried.
Where everything began.
But do you mean where Mordred uttered the curse?
It's all written in the book.
In which book?
I'm so tired, Adrian. I can't go on.
No, please don't close your eyes now, Victoria. Stay awake, please. Just tell me what book you're talking about. A chronicle or the Bible?
The book. Please read it. In the room.
Which room?
Under the ground. The 6 menhirs will point you to the entrance.
Which menhirs?
The path begins there. The path you have to follow to the end. To the very end.
Do you mean the big stones around the castle?
Start there. Search at the menhirs. Adrian, promise me.
Yes, I'll do it.
Promise me.
Yes, I promise. Victoria, please wait. There's so much you have to tell me. Victoria.
What are you doing here? How did you get
She's
in?
dying. Do something. Quick!
Leave now.
How can me and Victoria plan on dying as soon as she's written the testament? Yeah. Seeing Whiteley proves a pure heart, then Ralph is a good guy then. Yeah, I mean, Ralph seems like he's a good guy, right? The thing with Ralph is he's been tortured so much. He's not shown to be a bad person at all as far as I'm
Lady
concerned.
Victoria Gordon has passed away. She leaves behind an empty place in our hearts. Let us pause a moment and bid her farewell in silent prayer. Dear mourners, as we part, I would like to leave you with a few words to reflect upon. Words which have guided Lady Victoria throughout her life in both good and troubled times. So faith, hope, and love abide, these three, said Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. But the greatest of these is love. Now, as we are saying goodbye to Lady Victoria Gordon, let us do so with these words in mind. Amen. Adrian, my sincere condolences.
Thanks.
Your great-grandmother was a quite extraordinary woman.
Yes, she was.
Upright and of good heart.
Yeah. It's a pity I only got to know her so late.
Better late than never. You are Lady Victoria's only kin, and therefore her sole heir. You can now move into the castle and take some time to reflect, to find some peace, Adrian, and say farewell not only to your great-grandmother, but to your old life, too. If you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Father Frederick.
My condolences, Adrian.
Thanks, Doc.
How are you?
Well, this is the funeral of the last member of my family. That's it. From now on, I'm alone on God's earth. Utterly alone. I suddenly find Mordred's presence in my head a little comforting. He is part of the family, after all.
We could have our session now, if you like.
No, I'd just like to have some space right now. Can we move it to this afternoon?
How about 3 o'clock at my practice?
Okay.
See you then, Adrian.
Adrian Gordon, the last, but not the least. Or maybe he is.
What a great time to say that. But I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
That's right. You even carried your great-grandmother to her grave, who you'd known hardly 3 or 4 weeks. Sorry for your sad loss. That I'm sure you'll get over very quickly. And congratulations on hitting the jackpot.
What jackpot? Do you mean the burned-down castle that I'm duty-bound to rebuild according to the will? Or do you mean my being the last in line of a family of sickos and murderers?
You call it that, but anyone else would call inheriting a magnificent estate and rising up into the nobility an incredible, real stroke of luck. But you were always good at playing the victim.
That's what you think. Any other cop would overcome his prejudices and just look at the facts.
Talking of cops, as you're now a British citizen, I'm afraid I can no longer get you deported. Let me make myself clear. The slightest hint of suspicion, and I'll have you back inside. And that's a promise.
Why do you want to keep me so close to you? Haven't you got any other friends? Why don't you go see Denise more often? That'll take the heat off a bit.
You'll soon stop talking so tough.
Have it your way. And now if you excuse me, Inspector, I have to go count my guest bathrooms.
Interesting. All right. Victoria had time to give words worth of a novel, but no time to simply tell what she knows. I mean, to be fair, there's always that kind of deathbed conversation that somebody supposedly has, and usually you don't actually have that opportunity. Sometimes you do, but it's not very common. But Hollywood and books and games and stuff do that all the time, right? Oh, they need to say the last words right before they die. You don't get that chance most of the time, right? Like my mom, you know, rest her soul, my mom, when she passed, she was in a hospice facility alone with just the people, like a couple of the people, workers at the hospice. My dad was not there. I was not there. None of my siblings were there. None of her siblings or other family were there. She was alone. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying everybody's alone when they die, but I'm just saying you don't usually get the, wait, I'll fight death off just for a little bit longer so I can say this great speech to you. That's not a thing generally. It really pretty much isn't. So it's kind of silly that they keep doing it in Hollywood and stuff. It's not realistic, but, you know, makes for a good emotional scene potentially or something, I guess. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there. It's a good stopping point. And then we can just continue again next week. So let's see, I already saved that, right? Yep. So back, we're gonna quit. Yep. All right. Well, thanks, Silhouette. Appreciate support. Thanks for showing up. So we'll, in about roughly 10 hours, we'll be streaming The Witness again. So that'll be the plan. So if that is something you like, or if you just want to support me, I appreciate that. And I will see you then. Otherwise, in the meantime, stay safe over the coming week. And yeah, no change in schedule. We'll just be, for the next few weeks at least, just be normal streaming schedule like always. So thanks for watching. Thanks Silhouette for stopping by. Anybody else who watches this later, I appreciate the support as well. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.